Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Explorer. And this was created by Data East in 1982 for the DECO Cassette System. And this was suggested by YouTube user PS Jedi 1. And the DECO Cassette System was basically a tape deck. And it came in usually this hideous Data East cabinet. Ugly colors, but sometimes just a wood grain cabinet. And there is the tape deck itself, the DECO Cassette System, and the games came on very tiny cassettes and just popped into the tape player and the game started up. And pretty much every game had this long boot up screen, and this one is actually shorter than others, like 104 seconds or whatever it was. Others were much longer. We're not going to wait through the whole thing. In fact, I'm going to skip ahead in just a second here. We'll go down to 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! But it would hang on the 1 for a little while, and then the game would start. Explorer, which I'd never seen before in arcades, was the 18th game created for the DECO Cassette System. And I guess this game appeared on the arcade video game show Starcade, which was early 80s to mid 80s or thereabouts. I only saw the show once. It was on cable and it came on really early in the morning, so I was not a fan of getting up early to see it. But this is a cross between Tempest and I guess Galaxian. There will be a Tempest stage and then a Galaxian type of stage. It's, as far as DECO Cassette System games go, it's okay. Most of the DECO games were crappy. This one's okay. Well, we start with the Tempest level. But this is so much easier, so much easier than Tempest, because you can fly over across to the other wall, and you can easily avoid enemies that way. And you don't have to shoot all the enemies. You could, when they come up to the top of the wall around where you are, they will eventually go away. Just shoot what you can. And when the enemies get too close, just fly over to the other side. Now, you can zip over to the opposite wall real quick, but traveling along the edges of the wall, you move a lot slower, so it's kind of annoying. And now we go to the Galaxian type of stage. This is harder than the Tempest type of stage. These guys they look like corn. Maybe that's intentional. There's like 4 or 5 waves of enemies, and you just have to destroy them all. Yeah, the enemies kind of swoop back and forth after hovering above for just a little bit, and they can easily slam into you. Now, once you beat the Tempest stage and then the Galaxian type of stage, that is a pattern. Then you will move on to the next pattern. See, we are at pattern 2. But this stage is so easy. Sometimes you get an extra life at 10,000. Sometimes you get a bonus, and I'm not really sure how you get it. Maybe on the Tempest stage you shoot through 2 enemies with 1 shot and you get a bonus that way. I'm not sure. But the bonus is fairly meager most of the time. You can also get a bonus on the Galaxian type of stage. And I'm not sure how you get that bonus either. But yeah, just shoot the enemies that you can. You move along the edges so slowly that eventually enemies will get to the top of the wall around you, and then you just hop to the other side. Yeah, the enemies swoop back and forth, and they can easily ram into you. they shoot, of course, as well, but I think it's easier to get hit by the enemy swooping back and forth. But yeah, there's about 4 or 5 waves of the enemies, and then once you eliminate all those, then you go to the next pattern. And now I'm on pattern 3. But yeah, you should easily beat the Tempest type of stage. And the enemies never shoot upwards at you. And again, when you get surrounded by enemies that reach the top of the wall or whatever, just fly to the other side. And you move much quicker when you fly from side to side than when you move along the wall. And yeah, moving along the walls gives the enemy plenty of time to surround you. But when that happens, just fly over to the other side. Such an easy stage. And then the Galaxian one is much harder. Yeah, I've never seen this in arcades. It's not good by any means, but oops, certainly not the worst DECO Cassette System game. I would vote the game TERRANEAN for that dubious honor. But crap. Well, that was my last life. Well, again, this was the 18th game created for the DECO Cassette System. There were around 50 or so games, and most of them were pretty bad. The first ones were created in 1981, and the last ones were like 1985. You know, some absolute classics, of course, were released for the DECO Cassette System. BURGERTIME, Bump and Jump, Lock and Chase, and some unsung good ones were released, but mostly pretty crappy. This one's kind of in between. This one's okay. But a number of the DECO Cassette System games had alternate titles. Shoot, BURGERTIME was also known as, I think, Hamburger and Cook Race. But that was Explorer by DECO, or Data East, in 1982. Well, that was Explorer by Data East for the DECO Cassette System in 1982, the 18th game for the DECO Cassette System. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching. I will catch you later in the future with another video. You all have a good week, everybody, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.